Oh, it's on its way. I'm like a small giddy girl waiting to open up the Christmas present under the tree. I cannot wait for all this. Oh yes, you can see it. This is the sword and musket mod for Mount and Blade II Bannerlord. It's finally here. Napoleonic Wars is something that I've been waiting so long to get into the game, and I've been sent some beautiful footage from the developers to show off to you guys, to bring you and analyze and have a look at what they are working on at this point in time. We all know that Mount and Blade Napoleonic Wars was one of the biggest aspects of Warband, having massive community-led battles, whether it was sieges, ambushes, line battles. That's how I got into the game, seeing them on Malekith's channel on YouTube, leading the 77Y, sitting atop his horse and issuing orders to the officers, who then go to issue orders to the lines that they lead. It all works in a symphony of nerdery, and I absolutely adore it. It started off with the Mount and Musket mod for Mount and Blade Warband. It was just a small team, but taleworlds were like, hey, this is a pretty successful mod. Why don't you bring this to an official DLC? And that is what we are getting now. Now, that team that actually made the Napoleonic Wars DLC have gone off to make their own standalone game, Battle Cry of Freedom, that I've made a couple of videos on, but this is different. This is a new modding team coming together for Bannerlord and bringing the Napoleonic Wars to us all. Without further ado, let's get into Sword and Musket. First off, we have a look at the Hougoumont dev blog that was put on their YouTube channel a month or so back, and it shows us, of course, the Hougoumont battlefield, the small courtyard and structure that was fought over in the Battle of Waterloo, one of the most famous, along with La Haye-Sainte. And these two places were massive strategic positions for the British Army, and of course we are seeing that here, and hopefully later on, maybe even the Battle of Waterloo. The map design looks brilliant. Can we just point out how big the maps look now? I know it's going to be way bigger than anything that Warband had, but supposedly we might even be able to get a full-size Waterloo battle map with full Hougoumont, La Haye-Sainte, and having that hill that the British stood upon, and we have the full battle map in the game because of the size difference that Bannerlord brings to us, which is going to be incredible for historical battles. You can see the implementations of the developers' own assets, the retexturing of things that we've mentioned previously in developer blogs. taleworlds bringing in modding tools where you can take anything in the game and completely change it, whether it's water into wine or stone into mud. It can be done to your own abide with the power of modding. And this is what we're seeing here with the retexturing of beautiful brick houses and buildings, which of course aren't possible in the base game. Moving out, we can see some of the office rooms. They look great with custom assets like the desk and of course the books and some candles there. However, currently it looks like the NPCs that we're seeing are just native Mount and Blade Bannerlord looking NPCs, but we have been shown some of the beautiful assets for uniforms, weaponry and artillery that we will be using in the mod. And my, does it look fantastic. The officers, the infantry, the muskets, the swords, they look so well done and authentic to the time period, really immersing yourself in that Napoleonic Wars feeling, much like the DLC had back in Warband. Nothing has really ever felt like those line battles, and maybe this could bring us back to that time. The British line formations, the French battling it out over hills and far away. Look at the detail that's been put onto each individual part of the uniforms, whether it is the British or the French, and I especially think the French stuff looks gorgeous, with the gold, the waistcoats, and of course the officers having tassels everywhere to show their prowess and dominance on the battlefield. We have waving flags, whether it is the tricolor or of course the British flag, which is something that Bannerlord's new engine has given modders the ability to utilize, that look like realistic flags waving in the battlefield wind. It still looks a little bit laggy and crushy in the combat, but they're still using the native Bannerlord stuff. If you can't get into the scripts at this point in time, you're still going to be having to use everything that native gives you, so it's going to be built for swords and shields rather than swords and muskets, which is what this mod is trying to do. I was sent some exciting exclusive footage by the developers that I really want to show you guys, so thank you so much to the Sword and Musket guys for sending that stuff over. They have teased that they will have some more stuff in the future, so make sure you stick around for that. But remember, all this is just a modding team. They're working on it for free just to bring us this gorgeous stuff. It's done out of a passion for the Napoleonic Wars era, and well, I'm guessing some nostalgic memories from the days of line battles of Warband's past. Whilst it looks absolutely fantastic, all this footage, devs, if you're watching this, which I know you probably will be, let me come and record some stuff in a custom battle myself. You know, if there's just a free file going around, let me hop in, because I'd love to record some beautiful gameplay in 4K using DLSS to make it look that bit better. It will look goddamn beautiful. So where is the mod at in its current stage? Well, as we can see, we've got some great custom maps and custom assets that have been in. I've seen a lot of the uniforms that have been put up from screenshots. If you want to join their Discord, I'll make sure I leave a link in the description so you can go and check that out. There's more screenshots and info if you want to get dug in there. They're working really hard on making it look authentic, but of course it takes some time. They're getting voice actors in. Yours truly has a few lines in the game, so make sure when it eventually comes out you listen out for the old Resonant voice. But later on we'll be getting some more stuff coming in, hopefully some multiplayer assets and maps. But as I mentioned in a video I put up a few days ago, these are part of the developer teams that wrote that letter to taleworlds saying we need more. They don't have custom server files at the moment. While this is going to be very favorable in the multiplayer community, they need those custom multiplayer server files in order to continue with this mod development. But if you want a full overview of those issues that they've been having with Tales, make sure you go and check out my previous video. But let me know what you think. Does this look like a worthy successor to the Napoleonic Wars DLC? Make sure you leave a comment down below. But go and check out their Discord if you want more info, or stick around the channel because I will be bringing it to your beautiful ears as soon as I can. Leave a like in the video if you enjoyed it, but leave a dislike if you didn't, and it will make me very, very sad. But until then, I will see you in the next one.